Nurses Association of Nevada now brings you Filipine's news, interesting features, and events in the nursing community and beyond. Hosted by Doris Bauer.
Well, hello to all of you Philippine Nurse listeners. I hope you have been doing well in this past few months. I know our program has been on hiatus for a while, but we are back. We are still going to be talking about the healthcare issues and the needs of our community and beyond. And we're still going to feature the different nurses and healthcare workers and also organizations on what they do for care for patients and the public. We will talk about their challenges and how they shine. So it's still the same old Filipinos. Today, we are going to see how a local nursing organization has survived and has lasted for 30 years. Well, 30 years is a very long time. And of course, the organization I'm talking about is the PNANV, otherwise known as the Philippine Nurses Association of Nevada. The PNANV is 30 years old. So what makes the PNANV keep on ticking? Well, today we are going to talk to the founder of the organization and two other past presidents of the PNANV. Please welcome Belen Gabato and Cristy Sampal, who's joining us via Zoom, and Amelia Abello. Welcome, ladies.
Welcome. Thank you.
Welcome. Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
Of course. Who else would, open up this new, this program now that we're coming back? But the previous past presidents, right?
Right.
Okay. So Ms. Belen Gabato here is the founder of the PNANV. And can you tell us a little bit about yourself? She's fondly known to us as Tita Belen.
Well, I'm the founding president and a member of the board of nursing for 4 years, and also a member of the U.S. Civil Rights Commission. Those are the only things that I'm proud of.
She's got more than that, but that's all right. How about you, Miss Cristy?
Hi, thank you for inviting us. I'm Cristy Sampal, and I was the president during year 2007 to 2011. That's 5 years. And I'm happy to retire, and that keeps me, PNA keeps me busy. How's that?
That is
Still
true.
alive.
That is true. And we have also, last but not least, is Miss Mel Abello. Amelia, but we call her Mel.
Right. Hi, I'm Mel Abello, and I was the president during the 2015 to 2017. Thank you for having us.
Of course, of course. And these people are very, very seasoned nurses. They just all happen to be retired. So anyway, too young to be retired. Anyway, okay. Well, let's get to the nitty-gritty of the questionings. So, Tita Belen, can you tell us how you organized the PNANV and why you started it?
Well, the why, the first or the second, the why is because when I came here in 1990, and I was involved in organizations in Indiana, where I come from. And when I came, there was no formal organization. So I do believe that professional organizations are important to one's career and one's personal life. So I thought, well, we should have one here because there are many Filipino nurses, but we didn't have any. And how was in early 1990, the ANA, the American Nurses Association, came to town. And then so I decided, well, I'll go check it out. So I went to their exhibits and stuff. And in one of their rooms, there was the Philippine Nurses Association of America was featured. And I said, hey, there's a Philippine Nurses Association of America. Hey, we should have maybe a Philippine Nurses Association of Nevada. So I looked for them, I found them. And so we talked for a while. And then after that, I went home. And I thought, gee, that's interesting. And then because I asked them about where were PNA
America
chapters.
Oh, I see. Okay.
So they said they had one in Chicago, several other states. So then after that, the how is that I had a few friends at that time because I was new. I had like Pure, Pure and Minda, Benaria, and Pure Hydrosolo, and Rachel Hayner. And I had like 5, Joy. And they were all from UMC. So then we got together and we decided, well, let's start. And so they said, well, there's only 5 of us. So Belen, you be the president. And I said, oh, wow. Like, well, as usual, I don't really want to be president. I just had in my head that we should have one.
Well, you got the idea, so you deserve to be president.
I know. When you open your mouth, you get...
You got it, yeah.
Yeah, so we organized. And it was just about 10 of us.
And that was in 1992, correct?
1992, somewhere there. And I was the president for 3 or 4 years because, well, the Filipinos were, generally the Filipino nurses were busy. They were busy with buying a home, a car, the kids, how it is. That's as usual. And some of them were having, 2 jobs.
Of course.
How it is when you come to this land of opportunity, you kind of think about what you're going to do.
Yeah, tell me about a Filipino nurse who doesn't have 2 jobs, right?
I know. So then Cristy was there, and so we decided, well, hey, let's talk to the Filipino nurses, I said, how? Well, whenever there's a party, invite me.
Yeah, I was going to say, that was my next question. What kind of reception did you get?
Well, it was like this. When I would go to the parties, so I would talk about organizing PNA for a bit. So then I said, well, do you have any questions? And the questions would be, what's in it for me?
Right.
And I always say,
it's always
it's always what's in it for me.
Right.
And I said, well, if I told you that I'll give you a pencil for joining, I'd be lying because I don't have pencils with me. So anyway, that's how we started. And, well, we had a good group, a small group, but very active. And I think this group was the core group of how we... And then we started, well, for a while, we were known as PNA of Nevada, but most of the members were from UMC. So they would say, that's only for UMC nurses.
people, right?
So the usual struggles of organizations being started. We had memberships, leadership, but we had people who were dedicated and committed to the idea. So that's really...
That's what's important.
That's what's important.
Correct. So very good. Well, 1992, and I still know pretty much the founding people. They're still pretty active, I think, and members of this organization to this day.
Yeah, Efren was our treasurer, Efren Balor.
He was treasurer for a very long time.
For a very long time. Minda Archie was our secretary for a long time.
Right.
So,
but hey, that's 30 years ago, and the idea is still perpetrated, and here we are. So let's talk to Miss Cristy here. So Cristy, when did you take over as the PNANV president? How long was your tenure?
It's been a while, but I can still vividly remember because my heart sank when I was told that I had to assume the presidency for 2007, and that was the time when Tita Belen was appointed to the Nevada State Board of Nursing. Is that ringing?
It's your phone, I think, Cristy.
Is that phone? On. I'm sorry.
That's okay. That's okay. Okay, let's do that again. So, when did you take over as president?
That was in 2007 when Tita Belen, happy she was the Nevada State Board of Nursing as one of the members. So I was the vice president at that time, and it so happened also that the president-elect resigned. So there's no other person to assume except for me. And my heart sank when I was told that you have to take over. And I said, what? But, it was, what can I say? It was on-the-job training, in short. And because of the experienced members who are older than me, with their guidance, I was able to peruse through the presidency, but it was really not an easy journey because of the lack of succession planning, like what we're doing right now. So, however, because of the dedication and the hard work of the handful of the board, then I was able to get through it. And with, of course, Tita Belen's guidance. And of course, at that time, Tita Belen was a little 10-foot pole away from PNA because of that conflict. Because of
the PNA.
The Nevada State Board of Nursing. So that was kind of hard because I was put there. Unexpectedly.
It seemed that you muddled through. Tita Belen's appointment to the nursing board was definitely a feather in the cap of the Filipino nurses. But then again, you took over too, and you had this position for a long time.
That's correct. Because my role then was only secondary. I was the president, the secretary when I first became a member. A member, then became a secretary right away, recording at that position. So, but all were secondary roles, not the president or president-elect.
Sure. Yeah.
I didn't have a choice but take on that big shoe and failed.
And you did very well. So what other? Yeah, right, Tita Belen?
Yes. Hey, I that's what I told Cristy. I'm sorry I couldn't be with you. I wish I were, but you exhibited the leadership that every organization needs.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And you met the challenge very, very well.
I was going to say, can you name some of the challenges you encountered during your tenure? Not like you had to take over, but from an organizational standpoint, how did you, what did you do to elevate the goals of the organization from a professional standpoint?
Like a typical organization, PNANV has its own bumps, to maneuver.
Yeah.
But with when people are so focused in doing things and wanting to help the organization real bad, because PNANV has a very the goals and missions and everything are so professional. Organization that I'm very active until now that I'm retired, okay? But there are challenges, like Tita Belen mentioned earlier, the lack of membership expansion. So we have to do a membership drive, and until now, I think it's not a walk in the park to get members.
Absolutely.
I know that you were the vice president.
Yes.
So, we did the massive membership drive during my term. And we were able to get members. I think we have over 100 at that time.
Absolutely.
So, and another challenge that we had was financially, we need some funds. An organization to be successful, to have the to operate, do all the activities that we need to do. Okay.
Right.
So what we did if I may share the strategies that I did, which were successful.
Absolutely, go for it.
Number one, I followed the the genre of the PNAA then, which still worked for us. Like the during my presidency, I made it visible. And what I did was with the different organization leaders, we partnered with a lot of community outreach program. My legacy and was the massive immunization.
The Southern Nevada Health District.
I partner. Yes,
You're going in and out, so Tita Belen is kind of filling in the blanks here. So for, you said your immunization program that started with the Southern Nevada Health District.
Yes.
Correct.
And every
Collaboration.
year we did it. And not just the, but the flu vaccine, immunization. And we did partner with them. So every year we did that, the entire 5 years of my term. And then the second one is for, like what I said, for us to be viable.
Yes.
We thought of fundraising. So we did every year that gala, which until now it's still ongoing. It's a big, financial
fundraiser, right?
Yes, to make us more independent and stable. We need that. And during my term, there was this philanthropist, who gave us money to apply for 501c3. So that was a big,
Philanthropist, you mean?
Yes, Aurora Wong. And she gave us money to be able to apply for 501c3 and nonprofit status. Okay, so that was done when I was the president. And to be vital, of course, we need to empower our members. What do we do? We continue to provide CEs 2-3 times a year. And during that time, and up to now, I think we give it free to members.
Yes.
And we were so successful in doing that. And another one that we did to be vital is volunteerism. I think during our time, more than 30 volunteers just to provide the time and service to be able to the immunization program.
Well, that's, and that's still going on. And I believe the original motto of the PNANV was vitality, visibility, and viability.
Yes,
right?
that's true.
Right.
And
it's still
that's why the importance of a professional organization comes to the fore. I remember in late 1990s, there was an issue that the nursing board was facing, and then the president then called me and said, "Hey, Belen, there is a bill in the state legislature, and the bill was about Canadian nurses coming to Nevada without any licensing exam." So then we got together, and then some of my members said, "Hey, let's fight it based on discrimination." I said, discrimination is a buzzword. It divides people. So let's fight it on the basis of competence.
There
Competence.
There you go.
So then
That's
we fought it. I testified before the state legislature. And so I fought it. We fought it. PNA, Nevada fought it. And so we based it on competence. So we said, the licensing exam, if you pass that, then you're presumed to be competent.
Right.
If you don't take it,
Then you're not.
then you're not. So
Right.
if the Canadian nurses will come here and they don't take any exam, how are we to know? And there has to be equality.
Correct.
You can't ask this of, we took all the exams. Can't ask this of PNA Nevada and then not ask it of any foreign graduate, which they are.
Yeah.
So that bill died. So I told our members, see the importance of an organization
That's right.
to address issues.
Correct.
Then there was another issue, Cristy, on your term. Remember the patient-nurse ratio.
Oh, yeah.
Remember that? And so...
It didn't pass yet either. Not
it didn't,
yet.
but when we talk to nurses, they say, well, some nurses, some head nurses play around with it. Okay, they put a higher score on this one, a lower score on that one, based on acuity. So I testified about the fact that, well, again, we have to look at these issues, and I decided, well, we have to be at the table, when
exactly.
these policies and regulations are...
Nurses. It's important for nurses to be at the seat.
Yes.
Have a seat at the table.
Yes.
Correct.
And we were not at the table because we didn't have any representation. So that's how we worked hard to put one on the nursing board to help effect change.
Correct.
To help promote policies.
Yes.
That would affect all nurses or our group.
Correct. And that's still happening. So, which is, PNANV has come such a long way, honestly. So, Ms. Mel.
Yes.
A question for you. So, you served as PNANV president for 2 years, and now, after 4 years, you are serving again as a voting member of the board of directors as parliamentarian.
Right.
So what made you decide to run for the office again and be active again in the board?
It was humbling to be asked to be part of the current BOD. And it was easy to say yes because I wanted to be actively involved with meetings aimed at making policy changes or policy decisions. So I wanted to be productive in a manner where I have a say, I can vote, and utilize my leadership experience based on my leadership of presidency in 2015 to 2017 to effectively lead and make a difference.
Right.
So I believe that the success of one would be the success of all of the organization, and that's how I readily said yes. Yeah.
Fantastic.
Right.
We're glad to have you as part of the voting board again.
Yes, thank you very much.
Yeah, so I know you did a lot too during your tenure, but what are the current activities of the PNANV currently that you are most excited about?
Oh, most recently, just like 2 weeks ago, we concluded a healthcare provider summit with Governor Sisolak that addresses the nursing staffing shortage here in Nevada. And discussions on collaboration were led by Kathy Dinauer, who is with the Nevada State Board of Nursing, and to support nursing compact state and review nursing licensure requirements. We just did that about 2 weeks ago. And actively, we still have the gift of sharing. And this is a project, an outreach project by PNANV that has been actively involved in navigating COVID-inflicted frontliners. And we even extended that to private citizens.
Yeah.
We reach out to them. We provide them with staple needs, food, juices, or whatever. And we do have spiritual support, too. We do have a prayer group that meets on a daily basis. And of course, the most current one would be we're looking forward to our fundraising and gala event, which is going to happen in May 7th.
On May 7th, right, correct.
And this is, like I said, we do have a yearly fundraising, but because of the onset of the pandemic, it's been 3 years since we had one. So we're looking forward to this May 7th event,
Right. So speaking of activities, our current president, Lisa Gamboa, keeps us very busy these days. I know we almost have some kind of an event like every week.
Right, we sure do, don't we?
Related to the community, which really inspires, the board of directors, who is, I think, the board of directors currently right now are very hardworking. And I do know as past president, because we we've come a long way. We've gotten more community involvement. We've gotten more nursing members, and now including even the student nurses that we're trying to engage in order to prepare them like for the future, right?
Right.
Yes.
Yes.
Well, we want the Philippine Nurses Association of Nevada to continue for the next 50 years.
Right.
Absolutely.
I want to have 20 years.
Yeah, and the biggest achievement is we have accepted student nurses as members of PNANV.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
and we started that in 2020, latter part of 2020. And another biggest thing that PNANV has been doing is offering scholarships to these student nurses.
Correct.
That are going to be the future
Right.
nurses
Right.
of the state. So
Yeah.
that's...
Okay. So the PNANV Gala on May 7th celebrates PNANV's or PNANV's 30 years in existence, and it's going to be held at the Orleans Hotel and Casino. The gem for 30 years anniversary is the Pearl. Okay,
Yes.
and Pearl stands for resilience, and there's so many adages that you can talk about. Pearls of wisdom. Philippines is the pearl of the Orient, that sort of thing. So after 2 years of not having a live event due to COVID restrictions, the PNANV is excited really to hold this celebration during the week that we also celebrate the Nurses Week. So, Tita Belen, how do you feel about this gala? You must be proud to see how the organization has come through since you founded it.
Yes. I mean, I'm not surprised that it's still surviving and thriving because we have excellent leadership and we have a deep bench as far as,
That's
electing presidents or members of the board. It's not like, and then we have educators, we have nurse practitioners, we have all sorts of community involvement, and I think that's important. So I hope that nurses, Filipino nurses, will consider PNA Nevada, well, kind of their home away from home, because that's where you form friendships, you continue friendships, you support each other, and you can ask questions, and we have mentorship programs
Right.
too.
Right.
That's very important.
We have really come a very long way.
Yeah.
So, you have anything to add to that a little bit, Cristy? Or
No, I just want to invite everyone. Please come on May 7th, and you will never regret it.
yes, that is
We have
correct.
so much. Nurses are so creative. We always have something for you to enjoy, and we have a lot of surprises coming up May 7th,
Yeah.
guys.
So, Miss
Please.
Mel,
Right.
Thank you.
thank you for that, Cristy. Mel is the in charge of the program. Tell us a little bit about that program.
The program revolves around honoring the pillars of PNANV. Okay, it is a long journey. We have reached international waters. There is visibility of the Philippine Nurse Association in the Philippines, where most recently we were involved with Typhoon Odette disaster relief program and rehabilitation. And the monetary support that has helped rehabilitate homes and provide donations for food has reached many people. And we are so proud of that. Come May 7th, of course, we are celebrating our 30th, the Pearl of the Orient, we call it. And we are immensely proud of the 30 years of experience around town, locally and internationally. And we'll recognize again all the sponsors and all that have been unrelentingly supporting and continue to support the organization because they believed in our endeavors.
Right.
So it's going to be fun. Like Cristy said, it's going to be really fun.
It's going to be really fun. Okay, so Miss Cristy, so like Mel, you are also now serving as in the board of directors as an auditor. What are the future goals of the organization?
Future goals. It is like it's a continuity. It's like having a patient. Whatever has been started will be continued if it works, and whatever needs to be done, with our new, fresh BOD from all sorts of healthcare professionals, especially nursing. I am so excited to be part of this. And our leadership with Lisa Gamboa is truly an amazing journey with her. She drives me nuts sometimes. No, just kidding.
Doesn't she though?
She's an excellent leader. She wants things done. Okay,
She cracks
I was
the
like
whip.
her.
Yeah.
I have to remind her sometimes. We're just volunteers, okay, Liz? But she's always focused, and that's what I like in a leader. Who's focused, who wants things done, who wants a result, outcome, because that was my job before. Outcome, okay, we need to have outcome. And that's the kind of leader Lisa is. And I don't mind working under her, with her, and for her.
Absolutely.
And for PNANV.
I think
Thank
the
you.
whole board feels the same way. So
Right.
thank you, Ms. Elizabeth De Leon Gamboa. Okay. All right. Well, thanks for that, Cristy. So, Tita Belen, after all these years, why do you think that the PNA has lasted all these years as an organization?
Because the membership, I mean, first of all, I'm deeply grateful to the various boards of directors and the leadership. I'm deeply grateful. And the membership, because we continue with our mission and vision. Professional development, education, support
Community
of the
engagement.
community involvement, mentorships. We have increased our mission and vision, our goals as far as that's concerned, as the years have gone by. And I know, as I said before, we have a deep bench.
Yes, we do.
Yeah.
Yes, we do.
That is true.
Yeah.
That is true.
And,
Well,
yeah.
that's very good. Well, ladies, I would like to thank you so much for joining us today. Thank you for your work as nurses and for keeping the PNANV alive and well. And thank you to the members of the PNANV for the work that you do also for the community. This current PNANV Board of Directors led by Lisa Gamboa is very extremely busy, like we had said, with activities to benefit its members and the community. And for more information about the PNANV, please visit our website at pnanv.org. We also have a Facebook page that you can look into our events, our future, what do you call this, educational offerings, which we will have one
Seminars,
really soon. So there's a lot of stuff in there. And may I say that as a past president of this wonderful organization, I have seen the growth and the evolution of this organization to what it is today. I believe that it is still in existence because of the resilience and the strength of the leaders and its members. And they have adapted well to technology to ensure that their success. Because without technology these days, you're nothing. I remember still writing papers and doing the secretarial work. I was secretary at one point. Yeah. They have collaborated with nursing organizations to achieve the betterment of the nursing profession. And they also have collaborated, I should say, with community organizations to help the public and to help ensure the safety of the public that they serve.
Yeah,
So,
we collaborate with the Nevada Nurses Association.
correct. Very good,
There's
good.
the foundation
That's the
connected
foundation.
with that.
Yes.
Yes, and we contribute to that foundation, don't we?
And
Yes, we do.
with
Yes, we do.
scholarships.
Yes.
We do.
Yes, we do.
Yeah. So
Yes, so-
supporting each other.
It's not
Doris?
like we're in a cocoon by ourselves.
Yes.
We go
Yeah.
and we connect.
Yes,
we
Miss
collaborate.
Cristy. Yeah. Thank you for that, Tita Belen. Cristy, did you say
Before we leave, PNA won't be. I'm so envious with you and Lisa because of your support from people like the PHLV and the Saison family.
Yes.
I didn't have that luxury, and I'm
Yes.
sure Mel would say the same thing.
But this is part of our
This is part
30-year
of the
growth.
change, yes.
This
Part
is
of the
part.
evolution.
It's an
Part of
ongoing
the
evolution of life
Yes.
for PNANV.
Yes.
Yes.
And this is why
And
we're
we-
still
and-
standing here.
Right. Absolutely.
and for that, we are so grateful.
Amen to
PHLV.
that. Yeah, we are
Joanne
grateful.
And Flora, please accept our sincere gratitude and appreciation. Thank you so much to you.
Thank you. I resonate that. Thanks to PHLV Radio for helping us.
Yes.
The Saison family. So thank you. And so to the PNANV, congratulations to your success. More power to you and to your endeavors. And here's to the next 30 years. Thank you very much.
Cheers.
Cheers. Right.
My
Cheers.
goodness, I'm
Thank
not
you.
gonna be here. I'm just
you
gonna
will
be
be, Tita.
watching from out there.
How do
Oh,
you
no.
know that?
Not yet, Tita Belen, not yet.
All right. Well, to the listeners, thank you so much for joining us today. Thank you for the privilege of your time. This is Doris Bauer, your Philippine Nurse host, signing off for now.
The Philippine Nurses Association of Nevada has just brought you Philippine Nars, news and features about the Filipino American nursing community and beyond on PHLV Radio.